It is now my absolute pleasure on this Fat Tuesday to introduce to you none other than the sexiest granny in the world, everyone's favorite comedian, Queen Silvy.
Yes, it is me, Queen Silvy, and welcome to a terrific Tuesday and the Queen Silvy Show, where we enjoy some laughter, great conversation, and a little craziness from time to time. Oh, yeah. Now, without further ado, let me just first say, it is a lovely day here in Arlington, Texas, as I look out the window and see the birds smiling, finally, as they fly by straight up.
Finally warmed up.
Yeah, well, they can handle that versus that rain.
I'm saying.
Usually on Tuesdays, it's been raining.
Mm-hmm. Or the tornadoes.
Right.
Prayers to the people there in the deep south.
Absolutely.
Thoughts with you.
Yes, it is. Now, without further ado, allow me to introduce my buddy pal and co-host of the year, Smooth Tim. Hey, Tim.
Good morning, Queen. And might I ask, how are you?
As always, boo-boo. Supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious,
yes.
I suppose. It's 24/7, 365.
Yes.
Without a doubt, Queen, you are simply
amazing.
Yes,
I know.
you are.
Yes, I'm amazing. But you know what else is amazing is the lineup of guests we have today on the show.
On today's show, Queen, we have certified detoxification specialist.
Nice, you got it.
He's been practicing.
He has.
Tammy Stewart.
He says it in his sleep now.
We also have jazz Southern blues artist Captain Jack Watson.
Captain Jack
Nice.
Watson.
Indeed.
Yes.
Let's do some quick shout outs.
Okay.
And that would be for our listeners out there. Analytics came in.
Mm-hmm.
United States, United Kingdom, Ukraine, Australia, Mexico, Italy, Canada, Ireland, Germany, and the United States Virgin Islands. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you all very much.
And I also would like to say we had an absolutely fabulous weekend from Friday, Saturday to Sunday. We covered Monday.
I have it every day. Every day you wake up.
Celebrating the Queen's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy 16th.
Happy 16th times something. I'm going to
That's what she keeps telling me.
Yeah, that's good enough.
16 times something.
And you just absolutely looked fabulous.
I know, didn't I? Thanks.
You really did.
No, I did.
Everything was right on point, and we had some beautiful designs that were lent to you by Aura's
Boutique has some magnificent jewelry. Oh my
Absolutely.
God, I love
She
wearing
does some
her
really
jewelry.
nice handmade jewelry that will, got to be one of a kind.
Mention Queen Silvy and she'll give you 20% off.
Nice.
Hey.
Stop in 3100 West Arkansas, right here in Arlington, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Give her a call.
You can never have too much.
No.
Right.
Give her a call, 817-680-8397. She is open 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, so you can call her after the show.
Yeah. Go
Or
on
log
over
on
there.
orasfashionboutique.com.
That's right.
Also, you know what today is?
What is today?
Fat Tuesday.
Not for
Awesome.
So do you know
That's diet variation.
Is it?
It's also known as Stove Day. I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
And basically, here's another fact I didn't know. That Mardi Gras is actually French for Fat Tuesday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
We're learning
Neither
so
did
much.
I. When you said
And we know that you're supposed to get out and get your punchkis and all these other stuff, and just go crazy because that's just, you're fasting for Lent, right?
Right.
So, I don't fast. I
Well,
slow.
I didn't know that information. Thank you for sharing that. When you said Fat Tuesday, I thought that meant Krispy Kreme.
But it does. We
Well,
need
there's
to do
donuts
that.
in the
That's
lobby.
exactly what we
They
need
are,
to do.
but no, I didn't.
I didn't.
Good for you.
Yep.
You walked right past.
I
With the
walked
giving
right
out
past
punchkis, I could use a raspberry punchki.
I live across from Krispy Kremes, and I can't tell you when I've ever been over there.
They don't taste good to me
I don't.
anymore because I've been on a healthy diet for so long that my
See, that's
taste buds
good.
have changed.
I want to get that way about chocolate chip cookies.
It's very, very slow. Well, now, chocolate chip cookies. Didn't I send you a healthy recipe?
You did, but I have not. I did not.
Okay, well then you need to remind me next time I'm here. I should bring you a healthy chocolate chip cookie,
That
shouldn't
would be
I?
very nice.
Okay.
That
I
would
will
be
work
very
on
nice.
that.
I will put
I'll
that
work
down
on
to
A
that.
healthy
remind you.
chocolate chip cookie.
It is
Yes.
not an oxymoron. It's real.
Like a
And,
sugarless chocolate chip, stuff like that.
We'll put stevia in it instead of sugar, so that it
Food,
still
you'll
tastes
think
sweet.
that it tastes good.
Well,
It
I'm
does
going to
taste
remind you
good.
then,
Thank
because
you.
that sounds very
Remind
good.
me,
You
yes.
share great
Yeah.
recipes and things.
Because you have to live.
Yes.
You can't just eat cardboard the rest of your life. Being on, well, think about this. What is truly, literally the definition of the word diet? A diet it means
taking,
it's a trick.
not eating things that you.
Yeah, that's what we think.
Well, some people think diet means to eat things that they never ate before. You know.
But the definition of the word diet means eating plan. So
Well, you know.
we're all on a diet. We have to eat, right? And God made food beautiful, and He made food taste good. And when you said Mardi Gras, of course, I'm thinking diet variation, which is one of the things we teach. So a lifestyle of diet variation might mean one day a week you fast, and one day a week you feast.
You just did that. Did you and your husband?
Yes, we did a
celebrate?
5-day fast. We did.
Okay, hold
And
that
it's
thought,
one.
because people are wondering, who is this they're talking to? I'm going to save and do the motivational words during or probably after the first commercial break, but listen, she's starting doing it right now. If you don't know,
I just
she's
couldn't wait.
educating.
I had to talk about that Tuesday.
That's okay. You're educating, you're empowering, and you're positively changing the lives of many to greater health. That's who she is. She is the certified health coach, certified, here go my words, cellular detoxification specialist,
Yay.
You
healthcare
nailed it.
practitioner, thank you very much, pastoral health and wellness. She is the founder and president at healthforpurpose.com from Colleyville, Texas, right here in studio. You look at that beautiful woman. I introduce to you Tammy Stewart, everyone. Okay, Tammy, now you can let us go, because today you're going to be talking about thyroid and how thyroids can cause thyroid problems. But, some people may not even be aware of what is a thyroid and what problems can they cause.
All right, well, let's start with that then.
So they can understand.
The thyroid is your master hormone control gland. A hormone is a chemical messenger. So that's how the messages happen all over your body, is the brain controls hormones and tells each organ and each cell what to do. And yet I'm going to plant a little seed right here. More messages come from your gut to your brain through the microorganisms than your brain sends to your body. So that may be a topic for another talk, another day. Okay, we'll talk about those bugs in your gut. So the thyroid gland, when we think of thyroid, most people think of metabolism. It'll rev your metabolism up or down. They think of your thermostat. It will make people hot or cold. It monitors your temperature. It controls your hair, skin, and nails. And in one of our first appointments with anyone who is in our client application system, we send them a questionnaire, and I love the questionnaire because it doesn't just say, do you have thin nails and dry skin and weak hair? It tells you why and how that relates to the thyroid. The thyroid controls the way your body manages proteins, and your hair, skin, and nails are proteins. So that's how the thyroid manages that. Isn't that interesting? So we're just learning all kinds of things today.
It is interesting, because some people, they look at TV and they see this product, Rogaine or something for the hair, and not really knowing what's the underlying cause of all of that.
Exactly. And in order to solve any problem, simple question, no trick, in order to solve any problem, what do we have to do?
You have to research for me.
Yeah, you have to find the cause of the problem, right? Find the cause and remove the cause of the problem. And that's what we do at Health for a Purpose that's different. You can go other places and get medication. You can get supplements instead of medication. You can try diet, but if you never remove the cause of the problem, that's not going to work. So we always have to focus on the cause of the problem. Right. And that's what we do that's different. So we really make progress. Our clients get better every single time. When they commit, they invest, and they follow through. with their program, and each of our clients gets a custom program. So I was getting sidetracked. Thyroid. That's what the thyroid does. Was that the answer to the question you were asking?
And for anyone that may have any questions, excuse me, for Tammy Stewart, or I advise you to ask a question, because there is a lot of people out here who are still searching for answers.
Yes.
Tammy Stewart is providing that avenue and that path for you, so she's here in studio. You're more than welcome to call in and ask her a question. You can call and holler at a girl, me, if you'd like.
Because that's fun.
Smooth Tam, we're all hanging out. But the number to do it on is 214-556-6239. Now, Tammy, when you speak of toxins that cause thyroid problems, what type of toxins are you meaning?
3 kinds of toxins.
Okay.
Number 1, heavy metals.
Yes.
And I did a Facebook post Saturday a week ago that was about generational toxicity. So go to our Facebook page, Tammy Stewart CHC. Go back to last Tuesday. What was that? February the 22nd,
I don't know,
something
because
like
it was
that.
just my show last Tuesday.
Yeah,
So.
and so it was, Saturday,
Right.
about a week and a half ago.
It was the 26th.
Okay, so Saturday, yes, 26th, February 26th, and you can learn about generational toxicity, because our parents, we and our parents both lived in the lead generation. So heavy metals like lead and mercury. Second, biotoxins. Those are living. I grew up in West Texas. It was very dry there. We didn't have mold. Mold would have a really hard time growing. But here it is so humid that we're at great risk for mold. The kind
Here
of toxic,
in Texas?
in this area of Texas,
Really?
it's so humid, and it's not the kind of mold that you might see in someone else's house, not our houses, but in someone else's house when they don't clean the bathroom often enough, and you get that pink stuff.
Yes.
That's not toxic mold. Toxic mold is in the wall and under the floor where you cannot see it and you cannot smell it. So also
Not
another
black mold.
Yes, it could be green, it could be yellow, but yes, that's what we generally refer to it as.
Okay.
And there are several different kinds. So another biotoxin, bio means living. So mold is a living thing. In your body, when you have too many bad organisms like H. pylori or Lyme or Candida, those are biotoxins. And the third is environmental toxins, and we've talked about that on the show before. All of the toxins in the average American's personal care household cleaning products and in our cleaning all over the house. So metals, biotoxins, environmental toxins, 3 kinds of toxins.
That is so important. A lot of people have no idea.
Right.
They get sucked into some of that, what I call false advertisement, because, well, first of all, they want to make your money. They want to take your money.
Yes.
And convince you that this product works. But is it true that there's an issue with soy?
Absolutely, because soy in our
I was
country
like,
is genetically
really?
modified. So when you look at the research that says soy is good, a lot of that is done in other countries where the soy is not genetically
I found that
modified,
one
number one. And number 2, it's fermented.
So
You don't just go eat edamame beans. When you eat those, number 1, you're eating genetically modified foods, but also the body can't absorb the nutrients. It has to be fermented into something that most Americans are not going to eat. Natto is something, it's a unique taste profile that most Americans don't enjoy.
Wow.
So that's the problems with soy, and it mimics estrogen in the body.
Is that like soy milk, soy? Wow, that is interesting.
all
Did
of
you
those
guys
things,
hear
those are
that?
horrible.
Did you guys?
And they try
hear
to push that in the supermarket. Like
very
it's,
much.
And the
That's
coffee
awesome.
It's
shop.
a fantastic.
Oh, let me put
it's
soy
a fantastic
instead of dairy.
alternative to a lot people have dairy intolerance.
We can talk about that on another show.
But-
Because here's my philosophy.
I can understand.
Yes,
Here's
they
an
could.
alternative,
They need a
but the
substitute.
alternative always.
Have something
Is
else.
worse.
I like your idea when you was talking about the culprit earlier. It reminded me of like the kid in school. Everybody had a hard time getting it together until they got the bad kid out, and then
Yeah.
You know. You were saying.
that means I was always down
Yes.
the principal's office.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know.
That was me.
Somebody had to do it.
Yeah, somebody had to play
Somebody
the
had to
bad guy.
keep him valuable. Give him a
Right.
job to do.
That's all right. But now you know. I've heard that thyroid disease has skyrocketed in
Yes.
the past few decades.
Yeah.
So what is responsible for the epidemic of this thyroid dysfunction?
Perfect question. And let me come back to one other thing also.
Okay.
Did you know that right now, 1 in 2 adults between the age of 40 and 80 will have cancer?
Yeah, that's been an epidemic as
It
well.
is. It's the war on cancer. Cancer just keeps on going up and
Yeah.
up and up
Yeah.
while we're spending all of this money on
Yeah.
it. And therefore, we know that what we've been doing is not working, right?
Right.
So 1 in 2 people with cancer, 1 in 2 people right now will end up with Alzheimer's. So my question to people is, do you have a cancer prevention strategy? Because if you don't, you're going to be that 1 in 2 or 1 in 3. If the current rate of autism continues, this is scary. By the year 2030, 1 in 2 children will have autism.
That's scary.
By the year 2030. Now imagine, so those children are going to grow up, and when we're all gone, and those children are the adults, and 1 in 2 of them has autism, I can't.
That is so scary.
Exactly. You know, it makes me think of Moses and Pharaoh and the plagues. And when the angel of death came and killed the firstborn in every home, and the torment, the wail, the worst thing for a parent is to watch their child suffer.
Yes.
And so we have to do something different, and that's why I'm here, so that people can learn what they need to do to be healthy, so that it can accomplish God's purpose for their life.
You have taught
So
already.
what do they attribute that to? Because we burn fossil fuels, because we're fracking, because we're doing all these things to our environment?
Great question. Let me draw my first picture.
You
for
motivate us.
Yes. So, and those of you who are on Facebook, I'm going to show you. We're going to draw a picture, but it's going to be super simple. So everyone who's listening can do this. I want you to, in your mind or on a piece of paper, draw a bucket. So there's my bucket. My bucket's super simple. I've had clients who make their bucket look 3D. I'm sure that's what your bucket would look like if you drew a bucket. So there's our bucket. So you asked what's causing all of this. What kind of toxins?
Yes.
My bucket started with lead before I was even born, because the egg that became me was in my mother's body, right?
Yeah.
So the things that happened to her happened to what was becoming me. And my grandfather worked in the shipyards during the war. So he brought home those toxic metals on his clothing, and my mother absorbed that. Plus there was lead in the pipes and the lead in the paint.
Wow.
And lead in the gasoline. So then let's think about mercury. If you have ever had a feeling that you can see,
Yeah.
or if your mother ever had one, toxins are generational,
Yeah.
then that mercury is part of the cause.
Well, if he was ever in science lab.
I have had clients who told me they played with mercury.
We used to play with mercury.
No, what? You're the second person who's ever
Yeah.
said that to me.
No.
Unbelievable. When we would break
I mean,
it for
I remember like in school at one time, and they put it on, they'd shown like the properties of mercury.
Right.
And for whatever reason, they had it on a piece of paper and see how it rolls, and then you could
Oh, my
separate,
goodness.
come together. And like,
Wow.
Then I remember
it's
shutting
very
down part
poison.
of the university because
Yes.
they had a huge mercury spill.
Once they learned, and now you
This
can't
isn't a
even
good
buy
thing.
Look at how many was affected by that.
Absolutely. So that mercury, so you already know this, Tim. Most things are either solid, liquid, or gas, but mercury's all of those. So the mercury is sitting there in your mouth, vaporizing mercury into the brain.
Wow.
So back to the bucket theory. So we've got all of these in personal care products, okay?
Right.
The average American woman, because we wear more stuff than Tim does, right? So we
Right.
said the average American woman has over 500 chemicals that she's exposed to every day. Most of them proven to cause cancer. None of them tested together.
Now we're
in
not just talking Johnson
combination.
and Johnson baby powder. No, it gets deeper.
It's more than that, but although that is one of them.
Yes.
So personal care products, household cleaning products, the chlorine, the bleach, the scented products, all of those scents in the soaps, those are horrible.
The air fresheners.
Horrible, awful, toxic things. And then biotoxins. So if your car has mold in it, if your office, your house. So over a lifetime, you've got
That's a
this,
lot.
all of these toxins are filling up your bucket. Then you start to get symptoms, and we think, oh, we're just getting older.
Yeah.
Well, the correlation is that your bucket gets full, and then you get those symptoms when your bucket overflows. And at what ages are diseases
Wow.
happening now?
Early.
Younger and younger
Early,
ages,
very young.
more and more
Oh, yeah.
diseases at
Oh,
younger
yeah.
and younger ages. So the toxins, here's what the toxins are doing in your body. They're causing cellular inflammation. Now, when I started doing this work over a decade ago, nobody had heard of cellular inflammation. This past year, I'm noticing in my talks, because what we do is so different, we don't market with just an advertisement. We market with a talk. People can come to our talk or watch it on Facebook, spend an hour or so with us and learn what we do that's different.
You have one coming up, right?
Yes, we do, March 18th.
March 18th.
So educate yourself and take responsibility for yourself. For your health, you have a choice. You don't have to be the statistic, the 1 and 2 with cancer, the 1 and 3 with Alzheimer's.
The way I look at it, no offense to any physicians out there, even my daughter is even in the medical field, but these days you cannot just rely on those physicians, the doctors. You have to do your own homework. You have to make wise decisions, even based on the things they want to write on a paper and script and tell you to get, you know what I mean? And you have to put that effort in your overall health.
You do.
Not just for you, but for your family and your loved ones. So if someone's listening and you're thinking, oh, it's not me, take heed of this information for yourself and or for a loved one. We'll tell you shortly about an event that's coming up March 18th. It is free. It is worth millions because of the information.
Yes.
Trust me, all of your answers will be done. Tammy Stewart is the girl to see on that, and I thank you. I'm glad that you're here in studio, because let me ask you a question when it comes to that. Hair dye.
Yo.
A lot of people color their hairs. Hair dye is filled with toxins as well.
Yes, very much. Let me give you a substitute there.
Okay.
Hairprint is a great brand that's less toxic. It's not perfect, but it's less toxic. I'll tell you what's great.
Say the name again.
Hairprint. You can order it online.
Okay.
Hairprint. What's better than that is henna. Now, henna is good. Like, I've used henna in the past, and it will cover my gray.
What's that?
It's it's what they used to use to paint their bodies. It's a paint that lasts for months. So you can order it. One of the companies that I like, where their henna is pure, is Henna Hut. Henna. Henna Hut. You can order it online. And my son is a hairdresser, and he says, Mom, I'll put this henna on your hair, but don't you tell anybody. I will not do it for anybody else. It's difficult.
Is it really
to use.
a process?
It is. It's a really
but it's worth it.
Thick mud, but it's beautiful and it nourishes your hair. So two great options there, because really, progress is about substitutes. I'm not going to ask you to live the rest of your life without a chocolate chip cookie. I'm going to equip you. I'm going to teach you how to eat healthy chocolate chip cookies. Okay. So we're talking about substitutes for hair dye.
All right. Let me pause for a moment, though, Tammy. I see the lines just popped in.
Excellent.
Welcome to the Queen Silvy Show. State your name and where you're calling from.
This is Superstar King Continue all
Can you hear?
Holland, Ohio. How are you doing today, my queen?
Oh, Kane, I am supercalifragilistic, as always.
Yes,
I am. You know it.
He got it down, doesn't he?
He does.
That's a good listener.
Well, keep it going, Kane, because I'm simply what?
Amazing.
Thank you, he knows. That's all right. What can I do for you, as we are having a great conversation with the beautiful Tammy Stewart?
You are absolutely having a wonderful conversation with Tammy Stewart. Tammy, I want to tell you, I love the work that you are doing. I love your spirit for the Lord. The Lord has definitely decided that this is what He wanted you to do. So I want you to keep up the amazing work, because you are helping a lot of people. I want to let you know that right now from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
What you do, people.
Thank you for your kind words. I appreciate that.
That's so wonderful. Yes, she is a blessing to many people. Yes, she is.
Just like you are, Queen. Your show is absolutely amazing.
Slide the check to him. No, that's really nice. Thank you very much, Kane. So listen, we're going to continue because we are doing Facebook Live. Kane Patino, for anyone who is unaware. Kane, you didn't correct me. Superstar Kane Patino. He is born blind and autistic. He is a Christian rapper. You have a YouTube page. Tell everyone where they can go to check out your magnificent work.
You can check me out under Kane, the Christian rapper. That is Kayne, the Christian rapper. And then I do have a Facebook, but the best way to find all my videos is my mother's page, and that is Casey, Casey, Patino, Petiniot.
All right. Thank you, Kane. I appreciate you calling in. When you call in, you additionally make my Tuesdays terrific, and I appreciate that.
Well, you're more than welcome. You make my days terrific as well every time I talk to you. And
Stop.